things are hard because you haven't actually give them a try. Okay, and I am saying this statement also understanding that, of course, there's some things that I'm not able to do. There's some things that I'm not able to say. There are some things that are impossible for me to do, and that literally because I'm a human and we have those things. But also, there's so many other things that I honestly feel like because I changed my mind to thinking that I could do them, I was able to do them. And honestly, as someone who have been in situations where I felt some things were so impossible to even learn, even some things that were impossible to say, I just am like, oh, most of these things seemed impossible before because I actually just did not give them a try. I did not even give them like a damn about. I literally just did not think about them. And now that I learned about them, I'm like, okay, it's not as hard as I thought. It's not as hard as you think it's gonna be. Travel for me was something that I actually used to think was so impossible, especially solo travel internationally. I used to think it was so impossible, mainly because it just seems so scary, right? Every day we are hearing things about the world. We are hearing things about the crimes that are happening. Every day we are hearing scary things that should be very scary, right? And I personally was like, oh my god, how am I going to be able to travel from where my parents are to go somewhere else and be there and for this long and without worrying about anything? I was like, actually, let me see. And of course, I gave travel a try. And when I literally traveled, first I took it slow. I went to a cruise, and that was such a good time. I had such a good time. I was like, okay, I love being solo. So let me do international travels as well. And I went to Thailand, I went to Vietnam, I've also been to the Philippines. And honestly, I was just like, this is not as hard as people think it is. And maybe because you haven't actually given it a try, it seems really, really, really hard. I always get those comments from people who are like, oh my God, how are you able to navigate in your new country where you don't know anyone? How are you able to do this and this and this and this and this? I'm just like, guys, I do them. I do them because when I'm in a situation where I have to do them, I have to do them. Like, if I have to learn how to ride a motorbike, if I have to do this, if I have to do this in this new country, then that's just a requirement for me to do. So now who am I gonna be waiting for to come and save me? At the end of the day, I only got me, right? And I always say this, like, for me, a lot of things I always thought was so impossible, and I even just never thought was like possible for me. But with a lot of experiences that I've actually gotten now, even with my weight loss, my weight loss is another thing that I actually thought was like impossible for me to do, but I actually just had to give it a try. When I first started to want to lose weight, I was not like so big or like big to other people. I don't know, because I always used to get compliments like, oh, your body looks good, you don't need to. Even when I started going to the gym, people like, what are you going to do to the gym? You're literally just gonna be looking like a man. Like, a lot of people said a lot of things, and for me, because I knew my goals and I honestly was not happy with the body that I had, as much as I was like, of course, this is like a good body, I look good, I was also like, when I put something on and I don't look as good as I know I would look if I actually lost the weight, I was like, this is not for me, this is not for me. And at that time, of course, in the beginning, I was like, oh my god, how am I going to be able to lose this weight? A lot of people have tried and they never did, and I also has tried before that. I tried losing weight so many times. I was literally like drinking all the lemon juice I could drink, all the hot water with ginger, hot water with this, hot water with honey, whatever, just to try and lose weight. Hot water with vinegar, everything I tried before actually losing the weight. And when I started the gym and I started looking at my eating and everything, I was just like, oh my god, this seems so impossible because I've been trying to do all of this for years. But it took me consistency and just hard work, and also me being determined to see my goal, my dream body, and the body that I was envisioning in my brain. I was just like, oh, it's not as hard as I thought it would be. It's actually not. Even when it came to eating, everything became so easy. Literally, I would go to the gym every single day, not every day, but like, let's say 4 to 5 days a week. Before that, I would never step a foot in the gym. So being able to be going for 4, 3, 5 days, it was just like such an improvement. And at the end of the day, I came to find out I could literally do it. I just had to give it a try. I just had to give it a start. And I think things like this for me are even things that, like, just in my mind, I am like, if I was able to do that, if I was able to lose the weight, if I was able to travel solo, if I was able to do every other thing, like I'm able to do them. Like at this point, I'm just like nothing is impossible, especially if I put my mind to it. Driving a motorbike was another thing, actually. Riding a motorbike was another thing that I thought was so impossible. And I always used to be so scared of motorbikes. I used to be so scared of motorbikes. I would just used to be like, nah, it's so dangerous. It looks so dangerous. Like, how are you even able to drive that? Personally, it was just something that seemed so impossible for me. And I also used to think, I know the world that we live in, but I honestly used to think it's just a men thing, like, oh no, only men who wants to take risk on their lives are supposed to do to ride a motorbike. And as much as like I still had that belief, even when it came to me learning how to ride the motorbike when I was in the Philippines, because I remember my trip to Thailand, a lot of people were literally like riding motorbikes. They would rent motorbike as a foreigner, and they would go. I was not like, I was not like that. In Thailand, I was like, nah, I'm not touching a motorbike. The only time you're gonna find me on a motorbike is when I am being driven by someone. Same as in Vietnam as well. It was the same. Like I was just like, nah, you'll only find me on there when I'm the passenger on there. I would never ride a motorbike. But when it comes to the Philippines, the story changed because I was just like, nah, let me give it a try. Like let me see how hard it is. Of course, I fall my first time riding the motorbike. Just like everyone, you fall, but don't tell my parents that. I fall so hard. I actually had some scratches as well, and I even had like a scratch, like what's this, a wound on my toe, because it was just so painful. But I got that from a motorbike, and my first time going on the motorbike, I actually fall. I was like, oh my god, okay, let's try again. And I tried until I was able to go on my own. I was able to ride on the big roads. I was able to literally drive like everyone else. And I was just like, actually, it's not as hard as I thought it would be. It's not as hard as I thought it would be. And of course, just like I also remember learning like a normal bicycle, it was also as hard. Like I remember falling multiple times before I actually got it. So yes, it can be dangerous, and yes, I'm not saying like everyone should be learning how to ride a motorbike, and everyone just be safe, just be safe. The whole point of me making this video is literally just saying, you think it's impossible until you actually give it a try. And for me, it's just saying give it a try, because you never know. You actually never know. There's been a lot of things that I've been like, oh my god, I don't think I can do that, until I actually do it, and then I'm like, I'm glad I did that. I'm glad I did that. And I've just lived this life going about that. And I am so glad I have done a lot of things that I've been able to do, because I just said, let me give it a try. And here we are. Like, give it a try, because what else do you have to lose? Your life? That's not actually funny. That's actually not funny. But you know what I mean? Like, just give it a try. At the end of the day, you have your life and you only live once. But of course, be safe always. Always be safe. Safety first, everything else later, okay? Anyways, this was just my yap session, because honestly, at this point, I kind of just wanted to talk about this, because I was thinking there's been a lot of things that in the beginning I was just like, this is impossible, until it wasn't. Talking on camera is also another thing that I was like, oh my god, like how do you guys do it? Like how do you even just sit down and start talking? How do you even hold the microphone? How do you even until I turned on the camera and I started talking, and I was vlogging everywhere. Literally all my socials, my TikTok is literally full of me vlogging, talking on camera, eating on camera, doing this on camera, everything on camera. And now it's literally just a part of who I am. Literally just with my phone, I bring it out and I start talking, and that's literally it. And I don't even overthink about it anymore. I literally don't even overthink anymore. But at the end of the day, I'm just like, guys, give it a try. You never know. You never know. And honestly, I can't wait to see the opportunities that's gonna come with literally just me turning on my camera and talking, because I see such a bright future when it comes to my content and everything. But then again, that's just another topic of another day. So yeah, that's basically what I really wanted to talk about. And I hope that, guys, you just give that thing a try. Whatever you're thinking about of trying, whatever you want to try, I hope that you give it a chance and you just give it a try, because you actually never know. You actually never know. You'll be so surprised. Anyways, thank you for listening to me yap, and I will see you guys in the next one. Okay, bye.